Good evening, everyone. My name is Kyle Johnson for Mustangs TV. We are here at the Palace here in Loretto, Tennessee this afternoon alongside Coach Lee Boyd for the Mustangs. We'll get right into it, Coach. Exciting win Friday night for our Mustangs here in Loretto. Can you talk about that game a little bit and just give us a little recap?
Yeah, I'm pretty proud of the boys this morning. I'm not gonna lie. They did everything we asked them to do. They didn't believe in anybody but what we told them to believe in, which was themselves. They didn't listen to the hype from the other places. And the big thing is they didn't let anybody come into their house and take it from them. They started at the first quarter, ended in the fourth, and played hard the whole time. I know someone had said they thought maybe we started off slow. We didn't start off slow. We let them have a short field twice, and they missed 2 field goals, which inevitably probably was the difference in the ball game. But that's a win for our defense. That bunch throws the ball somewhere between 40 and 60 times a ball game. I think they threw it 40-something times. They completed about half. Right now they scored 35 or 30 the first ball game and 56 the second ball game. Had a couple called back. And we held them to 14 points and probably should have held them to 6. But that was defensively, it was the best effort we've had this year so far. Offensively, we made some adjustments at halftime that really probably allowed us to do the things that we did in the second half. In the first half, we took away the touchdowns from them pretty quick. They had missed 2 field goals he gave us. We didn't have a lot going offensively at first because sometimes we're not sure on the alignment. We're waiting on our guys upstairs to give us, what we're trying to find.
Right.
Then after we realized what they were in, we started having a little success getting them moving one way, and drove down, punched it in, and of course it made the extra point. I mean, they was bringing some pressure off the edge right there, and I think they might have been just a little bobble with a snap. I hadn't looked at it on film yet, but Nick was a little delayed coming in, didn't catch it solid, kicked it off to the right. But either way, we were up 6-0. Second quarter, they pretty much couldn't do anything. They couldn't move the football. They might go 20, 30 yards and they'd stall out. And we drove it down inside their territory deep one time, right before the half, and we stalled out. We had our a 3rd and 4, something like that, and let a defender come through a scrape line right there, and he tackled Timothy in the backfield. But so we go in at halftime 6-0, and hey, we hadn't been at 6-0 with them for a long time, I would imagine. I know we haven't since I've been here, and our kids are starting to believe they're doing what they need to do as far as expectations. They're not cocky enough that they think they're going to win every ball game. They're just confident in the fact that they expect to win every ball game. And expectations in themselves is key. We really try to talk to them about that kind of stuff. It ought to be a shock if things don't go if you don't win the ball game because you've worked harder and you've done things like you're supposed to. And if you play as hard as you can, then you should be able to take care of business. And that's kind of where they were Friday night. At halftime, they come in. They were ready. They said, "What can we do to fix it? What can we do? We know we can still do it. We know we can do this, but they've got more people here than we can block, or they're doing this. What can we do?" So we come in and made a couple adjustments at halftime. My coaches and me, we kind of sit down and we look at what we're doing. I get up and my guys in the booth come down and tell me where they're at, and we'll make some adjustments at halftime. We come out at the start of the 3rd quarter, and the adjustment we made, Timothy almost took it to the house. I think he was 60-something yards. Of course, kid caught him from behind, but it didn't matter. We were on the 9-yard line. Got a key penalty, put us down inside around the 7. Of course, if I bring Big Tony in, it's just a matter of time before we walk it in the end zone usually, and that's what happened. I give it to Zach and Timothy down low, and Corey, and one of them's going to put it in. They run hard inside the 10, and it didn't take us but 2 or 3 plays, and then we got the 2-point conversion, went up 14-0. Stayed that way for most of the 3rd quarter. We had them a 4th and 15 right at the end of the 3rd quarter, and had 2 penalties on pass interferences. One I probably agreed with, maybe the hand was up, and the face guard maybe. The second one, I didn't really know what it was. I was trying to find out. We didn't really know what Matt had done wrong over there, other than the fact that he just didn't turn completely around. But that kind of gave him life and pushed him down inside. Then, of course, they had a short field there. They finally stuck it in down there on the goal line, which, I mean, it happened. We come right back and stuck it in again. We drove down the field, had them sucked inside, slipped Timothy out the end zone, back of the, slipped Timothy down the middle of the field again, caught the safety peeking inside at Zach, and hit Timothy for, I think, a 55-yard touchdown, which was great. And then got the extra point, went up 21-7. So, we were sitting pretty good going into the fourth. Held them out, kept the ball, running 4 or 5 minutes off. Then they got the ball with about 4 minutes left, and we held them, pretty good. We had a breakdown in coverage. They caught a ball down on the far side of the field. We weren't real sure if he was in bounds. It was tough to see from where we were at. Of course, if you ask my defender, he'll tell you he was out of bounds, but he's a defender.
Absolutely.
But either way, they punched it in, got the extra point, and it was 21-14. We got the ball back. We drove down, punted, pinned them deep. Then my defense played 4 excellent downs. Devin Harris specifically played. He had some issues this week with some health problems, and our team really gathered around him. The community gathered around him in prayer and just encouragement with him. And he got to come back and he played. He played like I wish I could get every single player to play. He played like it could be his last game, because he come to me and my other coaches and he said, "Coach," he said, "that could have been my last one last week." He said, I could be out for medical reasons, and he said, I ain't going to take it for granted. And it showed Friday night. He's very physical, made some key tackles in the middle of the field. When the receivers, we know they're going to come across on a passing team like that, but when you hammer them like that, they really don't like coming back across the middle again. And he played wonderful. And linebacker play was good. Our defensive line got a rush at the end. Inevitably, we just wore them down. We had a sack, a tackle in the backfield, tackled their back out of the backfield. They had a good play right there where they had a swing pass. It's holding our outside linebacker, but we still we still ripped off of it, made the tackle, had the ball, turned the ball. We got the ball back with about, I would say about a minute and 53 seconds. We had to have 2 first downs, we thought, because he had all 3 of his timeouts. And we saw something right at the end of the ball game they had shifted to, and we knew if we could execute it that we could get our 2 first downs, and at the end of the ball game we did. I got to run my favorite play in football, which is victory. If you'll ever see, that's my favorite play in football.
Victory formation.
Victory formation means you've won the football game. Great job. Community was great. I know there was Tennessee ball game and the rain and everything else, but our crowd was still packed.
Coach, I tell you what, I really thought with the rain coming earlier and the Tennessee ball game going on, I just thought, man, I just don't think we're going to have a really good crowd, but they proved me wrong, as always.
Well, I was kind of, I think even maybe a couple of our kids, he said, "Coach, there's just not many people here." And I said, "Guys, you got to understand." I said, "There's been a tropical storm and it rained real good today." I said, "Some people are in Atlanta watching Tennessee play. They've got 2 favorite teams. They got the Vols and the Mustangs. Some even have 3 in the Titans. So, and that's the first time that Tennessee's had a Friday night ball game since I've been alive, if you remember. And we had discussed moving it, but it was a region ball game, and we just couldn't do that. It was more important for us to play football like we were accustomed to doing, and that's what we did. But right before the game, I looked up in the stands, and it was just like they came up out of the ground. The stands were full, the hillside was full, and people were wrapped around. The other side was full, and it makes me feel so good inside, as well as my kids when they get to see that whole place just packed and rocking. And all the credit goes to them kids and my coaches. There's nothing that I do. I just try to stay out of their way. We give them a little guidance, but they're the ones that have to play hard, so all the credit goes to them. The fans got behind us. The band got behind us. You know, everybody's just right there. They want us to go forward. Administration, school, community, everybody. And you know, it's just great to even have, you know, people from Lawrenceburg. They'll just call and say, "Hey, great job. You know, great job."
Absolutely.
You know, had board members call, "Great job." Hey, we love to see that coming out in the county. I've had commissioners call, people up at the, you know, the Lawrence County Administration Building, they call. So, you know, we really appreciate that. You know, we just try to do the right thing, and we do it hard, and right now we're doing that. So,
well, great things do happen when you work hard and when you practice hard and you play hard. You know, great things do happen. Coach, can you talk a little bit about who we got coming up next week? I think everybody knows, you know, who we've got coming this coming Friday. Have you got to look at any film?
I actually got the film this morning early, and because we have Labor Day, I talked to my coaches, and I kind of made a promise to myself I wasn't going to look at it till Monday, but I'll probably look at it in just a little while. I've got them in my truck, and I promised my wife that I wouldn't look at them today, but I'll probably look at them today. If she don't watch this, maybe she won't get too mad. But by the time she watches it, hopefully I've already asked for forgiveness. Yeah, I've already asked for forgiveness. But no, we you know, records don't mean anything. You know, Lawrenceburg was in that ball game last week. It just kind of slipped away from at the end. But records don't mean anything in a rivalry game. We could both be 0-3, and that game's still going to be intense. It's going to be packed. It's going to be rocking. Obviously, you know, it helped us right here. We have some momentum, I think, but it doesn't matter. They're coming to Loretta, and you know, we're littler, and they traditionally beat us in the past several contests. But our kids don't believe hype. They believe in truth, and that's what they do. They do it really well. They don't believe in, you know, that first game kind of let them realize, hey, you know, paper and words mean nothing. You got to show it.
Right.
I don't think we're going to have any problem getting up for this one.
Absolutely
I don't
not.
think Lawrence County's going to have any problem getting up for this one.
Absolutely not.
You know, we're hoping that stadium's so full that we have to turn people away because it's just at max capacity. You know, we're expecting a humongous gate. You know, we're expecting people to come in. We're expecting just absolute droves to come down and watch these two teams that have worked so hard. And that's what we want. You know what I mean? That's what
Absolutely.
we want. We love to see that. Obviously, it's an inter-county rivalry, but you know, we're still from the same county. And after this thing's over, we'll be friends again. You know, it's just a contest that we want to have so well. You know, it's what you live for as a Loretta football player, and probably a little bit as a Lawrenceburg football player.
Absolutely.
Obviously, it's the Van Johnson Cup. We'd love to bring that back to Loretta. It hasn't been here, you know, our boys are they're poised to do that right now. They believe in themselves. You know, we still ain't looking any further than Tuesday. You know, we're going to put our nose to the ground, do the things that we can do. We're not going to try to do more than what we can do, and we're not going to look any further than where we got to be next Friday night. So, but yeah, we're expecting the numbers at the gates to be huge. We really are, and as it should be.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And, if we have to bring in more seats, we'll do what we got to do. But I'm sure it'll be standing room only as long as the weather holds up, and it'll be a great ball game. So.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, you got anything you would like to add? Anything additional?
No, I just, like I said, I appreciate so much for everybody that's behind us and supports us. Tell my boys they do a good job if you see them. They really do deserve the pat on the back, because they could be out doing other things right now. They could be, you know, doing things that are not that popular. They could be out doing things that maybe are not good.
Right.
But they've chosen to do this and to give a piece of themselves to this program and this community, and it will reward them dividends at the end. But they deserve a pat on the back. They deserve all the credit also. They really do a great job. So if you have a chance to do that, please do that, because they really, you know, I would appreciate it too, because I can give them all the praise in the world, but it means
to
a lot.
Hear it from other people.
It really does. It really does.
Really adds to it.
Yeah. Well, I think what it does is it gives them a little bit of encouragement to say, hey, you know, doing the right thing is good. You know?
Right.
So and that's what we want. You know, that's what we want.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Mustangs now with a 2-1 overall record, 1-0 in the region play. I want to encourage everybody to come out to Ellen Forsyth Field Friday night, as the Wildcats will be in town. Live from here at the Palace, I want to thank everyone for watching the Lee Boyd Show today, and we look forward to seeing everyone Friday.